Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to the final hour for December the 9th, Friday, December 9th, option expiry day. Here we go. $2 trillion in options are
December
disappearing
the 9th,
today.
Friday.
And then next week, the 16th, that's the busiest week of the year. Well, the busiest week for the month of December. But it'll be the fourth quarter. So it's the fourth quarter, third Friday. There will likely be a bunch of other futures settling up next Friday. So it's going to be kind of a goofy, volatile thing to follow and watch. We'll see what happens. Kids, you're making money. That's all I can tell you. You're just making money. If you're an option writer, you're making money. And if you're going to be an option writer for a while, you can make money for a while, a long while. We're down 103 on the Dow Jones. It has been a nothing burger day today as far as how much we've moved in the Dow Jones. It hasn't been all that volatile. Down 103. GameStop is off 186 now to 22.93. Low today, 22.82. We're near the lows. Notice the volumes earlier. Let me check them again now. 3.94 million. So 4.5 million today, 4.7 million today, something like less than half of yesterday's 10, not quite half of yesterday's one. Likely will be the final count. 22.92, which means to me at 22.90, anyone out there who follows me on a regular basis, I would imagine that 98% of all the contracts that you guys have written in the last several months, none of you have, or very few of you have a strike price under 22.90, unless any of you have purposely written in the money contracts, which again, nothing wrong with that either. You can do that. But 22.95 means all those 23s and 4s and 5s and 6s and 7s and 8s and 9s, they're all out of the money. If you've got a $28 call, a $29 call, a 30, a 27.50, a 27, one move you can make today to bring money into your pocket is just buy back your call that's you have now and write the same deadline, like the same expiry date, just a lower strike price. So if you can move down $2 or $3 on strike, you'll bring in 150, 200 a contract, depending on how many contracts you're talking about. In some cases, it's thousands of dollars. Of course, others of you out there who have March contracts like March 2750s or March 28s or anything beyond that, today might be the day where you're going to take a look at the possibility of rolling down. So you're coming into February's or January's and you're looking to write lower strike price calls. So, writing a 26, 25 from a 28 and moving down a month, that's a win. I mean, more money, hopefully more money, at least as much money. 30 days less time that you've got an option out there. So the shrinkage is faster, as we're coming to the end. Totally up to you how to do it. There's nothing wrong with like a June contract, like a June 28, and turning it into a June 25. Nothing wrong with that. That's more money to you. Still a June contract. You have plenty of time to write back up again if you had to, but you're taking more money in. I don't know where the stock's going to be next week, the week after. I go with the stock. I don't guess. I just go with it. So that's how I look at it. That's how you should too. Now at 22.90 something, 25s, 26s might be the limit. But it's all up to you. I don't want to force your hand out there. You decide what you like. If you're buying January $10 in the money calls, these are worth just under $13 each. So if you can get them for under $15 each, $14.25, $14.50, $14.60 or less, there's your buy. That's your buy, and then immediately write a call against it. But I would not write an 85-cent call against a contract you just paid $1,450 for. I don't want you bringing in $85 on that. I want you bringing in hundreds of dollars on that call right now to bring a chunk of cash into your hand, in your account as cash, to bolster things up. Now, let's take a look together. I'm going to look at February calls on GameStop just because I can. Now, these quotes are 10 minutes old, so forgive me if they're not perfectly accurate. But, a 23.75 contract, which is obviously 80 cents out of the money, expiring Feb 17, would generate anywhere from 360 to 385, because that's the bid ask, 360, 385. So you're out of the money and you're bringing in $375 a contract. You write 10 of those, it's $3,750 in your account today, now, and sit on that money. Just sit on that money. 25s are pretty good too. You might be able to get 330, 335 for those. That might be a better rate. Because it's $1.25 out of the money, further out, and you're bringing in perhaps 335 a contract. Nice little premium on that deal. If you want to get a little more aggressive, you can write a 22.50 call, which is 43 cents in the money. You might get 435 for it because it's offered at 440. The $20 call, to kind of go down a little bit further, if you purposely want to write an in-the-money call, dare the stock to not even hold on to these levels, look, you could bring in maybe 560 on one of those. Now, the contract is worth $2.95. Let's round it to $3. That's its actual book value. But you'd be getting 560 for it. That'd be 260 premium on top of the book value. So, the stock would have to rise over 25.50, 25.60 for you to, quote, break even on this trade. Well, you wouldn't break even on this trade. If the shares went up to 25.60, they'd go up to 260 a share from here. You'd be 260 a share richer on your stock that you wrote against, or you'd be probably 250 richer on your deep in the money call, and the contract, you'd only break even on it. So even if the stock went up, you still win because you're making money on your underlying security. That's one of the advantages of writing an in-the-money call down the road a little bit. Obviously, if the shares are $23 a share a month from now, they fluctuate a little bit, but they're sitting at 23 a month from now. That would be January the 10th, let's say. These expire Feb 17. They're not going to be 565. A way to find out what your call would likely be worth is just to look at an option chain. Take a look at January calls today. What's a January 20 going for? 375 to 450. So it's also worth $3 book value, give or take, and it's only at 375 to 450. It's only got 75 cents to $1.50 premium on it. So wide bid ask, but just to give you an idea. Anyway, something to think about. There's possibilities out there. Anyway, something to ponder. 2302, 2301 is where the shares are at right at the moment. The Dow is off 64, S&P down an eighth of a point. It's a nothing burger day. NASDAQ is up 12 points. Oil up 18 cents. We're not going anywhere here. 11% drift down for the week, apparently, on oil prices. Okay, apart from GameStop, ATIP, 32.6 cents a share today. It's up 1.2 cents. I think the high was 33.5 today for quite a bit of time. 292,000 traded. Is it possible that we're running out of paper? Is it possible the shorter has stopped shorting and is now sitting tight? Or is it possible that tax loss sellers got out, wanted out, 95% of what they wanted to sell, they've sold. There's very little left now. And nibblers are coming in, just little, people buying like you, 100, 500, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, picking off a little bit of stock. And bit by bit, the stock is inching a little higher. If the shares were to break 35, 36, not necessarily today, but Monday, Tuesday, they could then pop to 40, 46 pretty quickly. Because people will get they'll smell it. They'll go, hey, where's the resistance? It's not there. This thing is opening up. It's gapping out. And all of a sudden, there's a 10-cent gap on this thing. And we're at 45, 46, maybe 50 cents in no time. Putting a bunch of you guys in a pretty good position on all the stock you've been buying this last week or so down here. And of course, a whole pile of you who brought your averages down, to the dollar level or well below the dollar level, you are in a lot better shape. It ain't over at 45, 50 cents. I mean, we're not done yet, because that's still below book value, but that could be the first stage of a turnaround, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, Tesla 180.70 up 726 today. SoFi is down 5.5 cents to 434.5. The Apple shares are at 143.92, up $1.27 today. HPQ unchanged, 28.48. Amazon down 82 cents, not much of a move here. It's at 89.52 though, under 90. Home Depot down 176 at 322. Cisco was down 27 cents to 48.72. Cisco $40 deep in the money calls could be a good buy. You'd have to look at the option chain to confirm this, but they're worth 872 book value. If you can score those under 975, as far out as humanly possible, that could well be a good option to buy to use as a poor man covered call. Cisco 40s, look into that. And if you can get a call for $950, I'm not telling you can. You have to look at it yourself. I don't know what the price of this call is, but if you can get your hands on a $40 Cisco call that's under $1,000, and you're writing options against it, look, if you got $5,000 lying around, you can buy 5 of those calls and write 5 calls at a time. Now, if you're getting $1 a call, that's $500 in for a $5,000 investment. There's 10% return on your dough. It's in your hand. How much of that will you give back, depending on depreciation? And if the shares want to go up to $58 in the next 6 months, and you got $40 in the money calls, they're worth $18 each, your calls. You got 5 of those. Yeah, you've just made $800 a contract over 6 months in just appreciation plus option rollovers. You're up more than what you put in. You'll be up more than $5,000 on the whole deals in 6 months. Not a bad way to double your money, huh? On a very conservative, top of the line blue chip company. There's money in them there hills, kids. Netflix, $323 up $13. Pfizer, $51.94 up 16 cents. Pfizer, $40 in the money calls are a good idea for sure. A really good idea. That would be $1,200-$1,300 a call. A little more than Cisco, but not a lot more. So you got $10,000 lying around. Maybe you can get 4 Pfizers and 5 Ciscos, and now you're writing 9 calls. 5 here, 4 here. Every once in a while, you pick up a new in the money call. The first one you get might be another Pfizer, so you get 5 and 5. The next in the money call you buy is another Cisco. You got 6 and 5, and you're slowly building up back and forth, back and forth. More calls, more calls, more calls. Welcome to another lifestyle here. IBM, 147.68 down a dime. Microsoft down 6 cents at 247. Very little going on. Vanik Vectors just about 70 cents higher. Adobe down a dime. This stock can run $10 a day either way. It's down a dime. There's nothing going on. Goldman Sachs down 285. Google down 4 cents. Boeing up 124. Moderna down 646. Facebook, Meta up $1.45 at 116.78. ME is up 1 penny. Rocket Lab up 5. Matterport down 6. SmartRent up 3.5. No, down 3.5. Spire a half a penny higher. Cyxtera up 5 cents. Very quiet day. Royal Caribbean down 51 to 56.58. Excuse me. AMC, Ape, the two combined down 20 cents again. They're now trading in that 668 neighborhood combined. The common shares last week were 915 for a partial part of the day, and the prefs were over $1.10, $1.13. Combined, they were over $10.30. Now they're 6 something. Like, we have seen a devastating hit here. Not good. It's just a continual, downward slide for these guys. $5.4 billion in debt has a way of crushing a company's value, and that's what's happening. They can't avoid it. They can't find a way to get rid of that debt. Bed Bath & Beyond is down 21 cents today. $3.12 a share, not looking good. Carvana up 7 cents. Robinhood down 11. BlackBerry unchanged. Target down 116. JP Morgan up 20 cents. Costco down $4.80 to $486. Walmart down $2.50. Disney $1.50 better at 94.07. Nvidia up $1.50, and American Airlines at 13.50 now, down 11 cents. Can't get back to 14. It was, it used to always get the high 13s and then get over 14 again. It went back off and it would get over 14 again, and now it's 13.50. It's not able to do it right now, even though all this talk is out there about people going to travel again and they want to go out there and all this. You got to be making money, You have to make money to operate an airline. If you don't make money, your shares don't go up, and maybe American isn't making money. They're also in contract negotiations that are scaring off investors, going, whoa, Delta pilots got 34% more money. What about American Airlines? How much of the money, the profits, are going to be eaten up by wage increases? There are 3 unions at least that you have to deal with an airline: your pilots, your air flight attendants, your maintenance, your ground maintenance, and then of course the other workers, corporate, ticket takers, marketing. We're in higher inflationary times. And American Airlines, Delta, United, Southwest, Alaska, who you name it, they're all going to have to pay more money to operate. Is there enough money from ticket sales to make this work? I don't know. That's what I see happening here. We're down 80 points now. 80 points on the Dow, and we're at 22.92 on GameStop. And the low of the day, 22.82. We're really hanging around the low end of this range on GameStop. We might go lower yet. ATIP 32.5, up 1.1 at the moment. And SoFi just down 4.5 cents. Nothing serious here. It's been kind of flat. And Apple holding 144.04, up 140 a share. HBQ up 1 nickel today. There you go, guys. There it is. Uncle Bruce, can you please ask ATIP and SoFi to go up now? I keep buying 100 share blocks. It's like eating Pringles. Just one more. I can't help myself at these prices. Says it's party time. Charlie C, I have 25,000 shares ATIP, cost basis 71 cents. Good job, man. Good job. Kent, hello. Just got home. That was a long practice round today. Did we get a nice new toaster? No. We haven't left the house yet. This is after we finish our shows today. Looking forward to my Uncle Bruce hand-me-down. Maybe if you sign the toaster, I could sell it on eBay for you. Charlie, I'll either be a hero or a zero with ATIP and spicy Android. Should I wait till Monday to write? No, I wouldn't wait till Monday to write. I'd write right now. I'd write some calls right here. Grab yourself January or 25, January, February $25 contract or 23.75, something like that. Write those, whatever, or 23.25s, whatever they are. Get some money in your hands here. Let's see what gives and what's going to happen. Gee whiz, what's going on? The Stark sisters, Uncle Bruce, what news sources do you follow and monitor? Unsure who to trust. So many just try to push their own narrative and bias, or do you watch all and use your own experience to know what to believe? Well, yeah, there's something about being old. That's one of the advantages. I ran into stock promoters from my early 20s all the way along, and I'm now in my, approaching latter 60s. I hate to say that, but 67 is kind of pushing it. So I've had exposure to, promoters and hucksters for 40 plus years now. You kind of get to know the pattern. You kind of get to know the style. There's only so many ways you can do it, And I've also had the pleasure over many years and decades to know the real deal people that deliver the facts in the style they deliver it and how easily they are to check out. I mean, whatever their stories are, whatever their claims are, whatever they, quote in an article, you can always easily check the facts of a solid source. But I do check out a lot of different sources for it. I read all kinds of media, and I'm not going to mention it because trolls are out there to just slam everything I want to say. But the experience factor is the one that really bails me out and helps me dramatically. Um, just to, what they call, the old expression on the farm is, you separate the wheat from the chaff. That's an old expression that some of you may have heard, some of you never have heard, but separating the wheat from the chaff. And I always like that expression. You learn how to do it. The older you get, the better at it you should be getting. You should get. Anyway, there you have it. Thank you all for being here today and hanging out. Those of you who are throwing thumbs ups our way already, thank you guys again. As always, it is very much appreciated. You guys are absolutely fantastic. We do have 62 thumbs ups already for this afternoon show. Trying to get to 100 every afternoon show. So if you can hit that thumbs up button for me, please do. It is a Friday. A lot of people don't come in here on Fridays. They take off. So help us out. Nick Morier. Hey, Bruce, Uncle Bruce. I asked about selling Rocket Lab. Jan 2412 calls this morning. Yes, you mentioned that they might not hit. So I put in the stink bids out there for a few strikes. So you put out stink offers or bids. What did you guess? What I sold Rocket Lab Jan 2417 for 30 cents. 17. 400% out of the money, and you hauled in 30 cents. That's wild. Stink offer paid off. Way to go. Well, you never know unless you do it, you never know if you're going to get any kind of a fill. Yeah, that's not bad. I feel sorry for the sap that bottom. Right on, Matt. Take the dough. Yeah, why not? If you can buy more stock with it, why not? What else is going on here? What else? So I'm just double checking my comments here, making sure I'm up to speed here. Uncle says to Alberto says, Uncle, you ain't just old, you're short and angry as well. Brian, put in my buyback for my March 28th strike. Looking for 289. I'm trying to get it for 289. I sold it for 620. So wish me luck. Yeah, hey, look, if you get it filled, then you could write a March 25 and take, come $3 lower, and you probably get yourself a buck something more, $1.25, $1.50. I don't know how much more. Take the extra money and, now write something in the 4 neighborhood and let it depreciate to 2 something or 1 something. Why not? I like it. I'm going to use that expression in my book, says Flint Creek Soap Company. Mirko, I'm 62, buddy. Brian, I'm on GameStop here. Converti, I'm 65, thumbs up. Right on. Sell my house. I was 53. DQ, whoops, 73, says DQ. We have 74 thumbs up, so we need 26 more, and we've got 100 today. Thank you, guys. Letting me know what number you are and just hitting the thumbs up. If you're a lurker, hit the thumbs up. It's free to hand out. We'd appreciate it. And thank you. Thank you very much. We're down 88, 91 now, 94 now on the Dow. We're roughly down 3.7 on S&P. NASDAQ looks to be down a penny, down a point. It's a nothing burger. Oil down, oil up 16 cents. We're not going anywhere here. That's it there. GameStop 2281, down $1.98. I think this is the new low of the day. We may have just set a new low here. Yeah, 2279 was just hit a moment or two ago. So we're at the low of the day, lower low of the day. $1.98. Here we go, 2280. Yeah, we're down $2, down 201 on the day here. On GameStop, we had that $2-something gain yesterday, giving it all back. It's amazing. It's being given all back. Uncle Bruce, can you speak to writing calls on a down day? Any negative in doing so? Or should we be looking at writing on up days only? Oh, no. You can't do that. If you're doing that, you're gambling. And now you're guessing what the stock's going to do. You never guess. If you're going to be successful at this, you have got to get over this this artificial fear that, I'm writing too soon, I'm writing too low, I'm locking myself in, I'm cornering myself. If you're going to write a call that expires in a week or less, yes, you might be cornering yourself because you're not giving yourself time to maneuver, but you're also probably gambling on a movement that may or may not occur. If you want to write a call that's right now a January or a February call or even a March call, you've given yourself a lot of time with which to maneuver if necessary. Now, as I said this morning, there are folks out there who will write 3 month out calls with no intention of waiting 3 months to make their money. They'll write a 3 month call, and within 30 days, they'll buy it back and write another 3 month call. They'll always be out 90 days. Let it come in with a time depreciation, maybe a dip on top of everything else. Pick up a call for $2, $3, $4 less than they got for it. Because again, a 3 month call will give you a premium, will give you money. A $2 dip and a $1 time dip, there's $3. That's 300 a contract. Now, doesn't sound like a lot of money, $300 for one contract. But if you've got three of them and you're hauling in $900, and then you turn around and write another 3 month out call out of the money, right now you could write 23.75s or 25s or 24, depending on the strike and the month and the selection available. I'll grant you that. You're writing an out of the money call, and you're taking the money and you're holding the cash in your account, because I'm more comfortable that you guys have a lot of money in your accounts. That's where I want you to be. Theoretically now, if you've got 5 calls that you can write and you can bring in $6 a call in premium, that's $3,000. That might be enough to buy 2 more deep in the money calls today on the dip. This is a dip. You buy 2 more in the money calls, write 2 more calls right now, $6 each, $1,200 more, keep that in your account. You just gave yourself a 2 deep in the money call option raise going forward now. So when you're looking at rollovers, maybe next week, the week after, we dip to 21 for some reason, 20.50, your $6 call might be down to 420, might be down to 385. And you're there to nibble some of them up. Now, you've only got 1,200 in your account. You don't have enough money to buy all of them. Doesn't matter. Buy 2 of them and write 2 new calls. Buy 2 more, write 2 new calls, buy 2 more, write 2. You'll do the rollover. And if you're doing rollovers the way you should be, and that is you're buying a call for, say, $380 and you're selling another one for $6, every time you flip 2 over, you're adding $440 into your account of more credit, because each call is $2.20 more valuable. If you've got 10 of them to flip over, and you can do 2, and then you do 2, and then you do 3, and then you do 4, you'll get them all done. No big deal. And you've just added $2,200 into your account cash by getting $220 a call times 10 calls. Gee whiz, you might have enough money to buy another deep in the money call again. Oh my gosh, that could happen. Just saying. When you score dollars, you can buy more in the money calls. When you make pennies, you make 30 cents on a flip, 20 cents on the flip, you're not going to make enough money to buy more deep in the money calls. I mean, unless you got hundreds of them, and some of you do, but not all of you guys. A lot of you folks are running 5 and 10 and 15 contracts. I don't want you making $400, $500, $600. I don't want you to get all giddy. Oh, I made $600 in 6 days. No. I want you guys making several $1,000s in a week or 2 or 3 from these higher priced calls that will be affected by dips like anybody else. And in your back pocket, you got the clock. You got a stopwatch in your back pocket that's ticking, man. And that means that contract has a life expectancy that is drifting away. Okay? Oh, it's going to be so much fun. Blair, I hope everyone here is having a good start to the weekend. And I write mostly 2 months calls for buying it back after a month. That's what I do. Flint, anybody, Uncle Bruce, anyone who orders with me this afternoon, Flint Creek says, I pledge to share 10% towards the hip surgery. I appreciate everything you do for me, and all of us, as always, the gang gets extra love in their orders. Well, there you go. So you want to make an order with Flint Creek soap, go right ahead, and 10% of proceeds goes to Auntie Jen's hip replacement fund. We thank you all. Thank you. Right into strength no longer applies. It always applies, but also you have to keep in mind that if you're writing with time on your side, you do know out there, most of you are figuring this out if you hang out with me long enough, that if you are going to write a call that has a week left to go and the stock moves up or down $1, that call will move a lot in that, wherever it's at. I mean, if it's a 70-cent call and the stock goes down $1, it'll probably go down to 30 cents. If it's a 120 contract and the stock goes down $1, it'll probably lose 60 cents. But if you're going to write a 3-month out contract and bring in 580 for it, and the stock loses $1, the contract might only lose 30 cents in value because it's got so much time left on it. So you can write a contract out in time and not worry about the fact that it's having a down day today. Because what if, look, Mr. Smarty Pants is out there, you guys who think you know what you're doing, if you think you understand this market because, the stock is down today $2, it's going to go up $1 on Monday because, there's going to be a snapback rally. What if we open at 20 and close at 18.75 on Monday afternoon? You've missed everything. You missed the boat big time. You want to be the person that wrote a call today. You locked in 5.5, whatever premium you can get, as high a premium as you can get your hands on, and the money's in your account. And if this stock wants to falter $4 on Monday by Monday afternoon, your 550 call is 225. You've been compensated for a big chunk of the drop of that stock. And it's a cash compensation because you're going to buy that thing back. You're going to write another call for maybe a lower strike price, get a little closer in and get just as much money, if not more money, and wait for further droppage or improvement. You're going to go with the stock. Just go with the stock. It's so much easier, so less stressful. You'll figure it out. Matthew, I was wrong about GameStop going up today. I apologize, but I was looking over SoFi chart, and there's a good possibility they might drop to 4. Mirko, hey, Uncle Bruce, I had 4 covered calls on Tesla for today. 2 170s and 2 172.5 and 175. I bought them all back. And I wrote 4 175s for next week with a profit of $1,200. And I lifted my strike price, $1,250. I like rolling, kicking the can down the road. There you go. Let the stock tell you what to do. Flint Creek, thank you for always allowing me to plug my company. You got it, Flint. You're one of our faves. Brian, Hector, I remember him saying this too. Maybe that was when we were green and writing, didn't know all the rollovers well enough. I would mention that for those of you who were anxious and you were new and you weren't sure what to do and you were worried about losing your stock, I had to work for weeks and months to get you guys over the fear factor that all this propaganda that you've been exposed to over the years and years and years, and it's been garbage propaganda from all kinds of crazy sources where people say to you, "Oh, you're writing calls on your GameStop, you're going to lose your shares and they're going to go to the mother of all short squeeze heaven and you're going to be left behind because you wrote calls way down here." I had to work so hard to get so many of my viewers over that hump. I didn't get them all over that hump. A number of viewers walked away from this channel. They thought, you writing calls on SoFi is like being against it. And I can't deal with you anymore. And they just didn't want to know. They didn't want to hear it. And so people left the channel. That's what happens for when you tell people about option writing. They've got all those prejudices and all those thoughts in their head about, this can happen to you. And they just won't listen to the other side, or they won't believe it. And there you go. Those of you who've stuck around, you've become much more prolific option writers. And not none of you, many of you are just like, who is Mirko here? You're just like Mirko now. You're just like this guy. You're not afraid of a rollover. You're not afraid to be exercised. You're not afraid on any of this anymore. Because you understand you're in charge. You're the casino. You can change the rules by buying back these calls and writing other calls. You can constantly change the rules. And this is the thing you got to get a handle on. Fool of a Took says, my February GameStop 25 that I wrote for $6 on November the 14th, they're trading for $3.40. That's not bad. Feels like it might be too early to buy back, though. What are your thoughts? You don't have to buy it back. You can certainly wait another couple of weeks or longer. They will go into the twos, no doubt about it. In theory, if the shares were to drop, say, like I said earlier, they were to go down to 21.50 on Monday, you might then find that your calls are 260.65. And at that point, you might then buy back your 25s and you might write March 23.75s. So you'll go a month out, $1.25 closer to the market, and you'll bring in more money. You might do that. Let me just double check something for my own fun, my own mind here, my own peace of mind, what there is left of it. The March contracts, there's 22s, 23s, 24s, 25s. Okay. So you have 25s right now that are worth about 340. The 25s for March, they're going for $3.80 to $4, $3.95, $4. So they're 50 cents more. But if you wrote to 23s, like if you bought back those right now, your calls for 340, and you were to write 23s for March, you'd bring in right now maybe 485 at the high end. So you could go up $1.45 in money and now take a position at 385 and watch slippage from here for the next month. You could do it today if you wanted to. You don't have to, but you could. On Monday, though, if the shares do slip back any further, your 340 contracts will be down to 3 very quickly. They might go under 3. And these 23s might be at 465, 470, 460. You might buy yours back at 290 and write these at 460 and take the $1.70 additional. Then, again, it's totally up to you. Again, it's how confident are you? How aggressive you want to be? Are you going with the flow? Do you have to worry that if you go into a $23 contract for March and the stock goes up Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday next week back to 25, would you feel hard done by? Would you feel defeated? Would you feel crushed? Would you feel like you've lost everything? No, and no would be my answer. If you've got 23s written for 485, let's say today, the stock goes up $2 next week sometime, back to 24.84. Remember, we were $28 on Monday. These contracts will go up $1. They'll go up 80 cents. I mean, they're not going to go up $1 for $1. They're going to be barely in the money, $1.50, $1.80 in the money. They're going to be more time value than book value, but some book value. They'll trade at 5 something, 575. But and I know that if you were to write a $23 call right now for 485, you're pre-offering your stock for sale all in for almost $28. So if these shares want to go to 25, what do you care? You're selling at 28, even if you did nothing. And you don't have to do nothing. Let the stock go up another couple of bucks to 27. And I bet you your calls will trade at 6.25. And you'll be going, I'm only out $1.35 a share. And the stock's gone up like $5. That's right. Because of the fact is that the value of the contract is turning into a book value contract instead of just a time value contract. At that point in time, you might then decide, I might go into a $25 call for April. I might go into an April 24 or 25, or I might go May or June. I might even get more money for a 25 if I go all the way out to June and move up $2. Now, you did that move, the stock's 27, and then the stock falters a little to 24.50, down 250 again. You're in the money again. You're richer because your calls are higher. You're deep in the money calls, or the stock you own has gone up, and you've done a rollover in your contracts. You've stayed ahead of the market. You've kept bringing money into your account. Winner, chicken dinner. This is what you're learning now. Credit Savage. Well, I had a few extra dollars after moving stuff around today, and what do you know? Got my hands on 950 more good old ATIP, and I averaged down to a whopping 34 and a quarter now, several thousand at 34 and a quarter, not bad. And we're at 33.1. So how about that? Bama Babe, I do both. I day trade depending on the volatility of the stock, and I write 6 to 8 weeks out, and I wait. Wing Commander, Uncle Bruce, my 27 and a halves, the January 20s have depreciated down to 165. I sold these for 510 3 weeks ago. I'm looking into a viable rollover, but with premiums depreciating, I do not see a viable move, a viable alternative. For example, 25 for February currently go for 340, which adds another 180. Guess a few more weeks of arms folding or go further up. Maybe you want to look at, let's see, you were sitting on 2750s and you're looking at 25. Maybe you want to go to, you could go March 23s and almost get 485-ish. That would be pretty good. That would add, $3 to your pocket as an idea. Or you can go February. You can look at something February, of course. You said February 25s are around 340. February 2375s could get you close to, 360, 370. Maybe write those and move up from this 165 level to 365 and add $200 a contract. Not a bad move there, I would say. So yeah, I think you got good options here. Credit Savage, Bama Babe, I'm with you. Sometimes these dips are fast and you got to take advantage of days that give you 40% or more on cover calls written. Stock tells you what to do. I listen, laughing out loud. Constantine, Uncle Bruce, I managed to buy 2 more GameStop leaps with my profits today, total of 26 in only a few months. I got 26 deep in the money calls now. I'm really excited. What is a good write at the current GameStop price? Well, I was just talking about this here, going over all kinds of possibilities. February's and Marches are juicy. Lots of money here. Remember, multiply these numbers by 4, to remember pre-split, to kind of bring you back to the old days, because so many of us we've been around since January 2021 when the shares were $200 and $150 and $300 a share and all that stuff. So if you can write a call for close to $4, that's $16 pre-split. Okay, this is good money. This is good money. Bringing in 360 on a 2280 stock. Phenomenal premiums. Phenomenal money. And if you're only paying $1,500 a contract, $1,400 for a contract, deep in the money call like Constantine might be doing here. Constantine buys a call for $1,450 and writes a $400 contract against it. That is unbelievably good. You don't need to do very many of these to bring all your option money out. He's got till 2025, kids. He's going to do, every 2 or 3 weeks, another roll, another profit taking and a rewrite. If he scores $2 every time, he has to do 7 of these to get his entire investment out of his calls, and they're deep in the money calls. They're not going to zero. There is no book value to lose other than that barely 10%. This is a wonderful way to go. Yeah. What I love is the first write you make on a deep in the money call like GameStop 2025s. The first time you write something and you bring in $450 or $500, whatever you can get. Like I said, there's all kinds of possibilities here. If you score $2 net profit on a sell and a buyback, that's more than the entire book value that you just paid to get that contract. Because what you're paying for this contract, let's say $14.75 or $15, I don't know what they're going for right now. Don't see me here. Your book value is less than $1.50 a contract. If you can score $2 profit on the first write against that call, you've taken out the time value now out of the equation. This is pure profit to you here. This is really, really good stuff. All right. Fool what took. Bruce, I wanted to write into strength after the midterms. I was gambling, sat on the sidelines for 4 trading days, lost money, good learning experience, always be writing. Yeah. Stop with the gambling and stop with the guessing. Write calls against this stock immediately. Make it pay you. Put the money in your account and let the guy on the floor do all the gambling. We're 2280 now. Yet again, we're right down here near the low of the day, which is 2277. We're at 2278. You betcha. Spicy there. Thank you, Bruce. Because of you, I bought 2 more Poor Man covered calls on GameStop in 2 days. Giddy up. Brian, Spicy, you are winning, bro. Wing commander of these 27 and a halves have another 49 days to live. That is about $3.50 of depreciation per day. Oh, there you are. Like I said, you can play it any way you like. The closer in you get, the more you're going to get. And the stock has backed off for you again. And so you may not want to be all the way out at 27.50. So maybe you bring in more cash, and that's a higher depreciation rate for the same expiry date. Totally up to you. Thank you, Brian, says Spicy. I started with 3 6 months ago, and now I have 7. So there's more than double the number of Poor Man covered calls. And that is a sign of how fast your account can grow around here. It doesn't sound like much for some of you folks. I know you guys say to yourselves, he talks about, I'm going to make $30,000 a month writing options. And here's a guy with 3 calls, and he's going to get $4 each, and that's $1,200. But now he's got 7, and that's $4. It's only $2,800. I mean, where's the $30,000 coming from? Well, in the next 6 months, if Spicy Android takes 7 and turns it into 16 contracts at $4 a contract or $5 a contract, that's $8,000 coming in. 6 months after that, he takes those contracts and turns it into 25 contracts times $5 a pop. That's $12,500. Like every 3 weeks or so. Hello. It's coming. It is coming fast. And this doesn't take 10 years. This isn't like, put $100 in a month and your employer will match it. And then by the time you're 65, you'll be able to retire. No, you're not going to retire at 65. This is not one of those programs. This is light speed. Poor Man covered calls have sped things up for people around here, and it's changing lives quickly. Brian, do you own any shares or just Poor Man covered calls? Brian is asking. Now, Beach Boy, hi, Uncle Bruce. As GameStop is where it is, I noticed that I could lock in some tasty capital losses to use until the end of this year, or would you expect GameStop to hand me some more food after Jan 1 as well? Boy, I don't know, my friend. You're in a real interesting spot where you are, of course, because the minute you sell the shares and buy them back instantaneously, you lock in the capital loss and you get the credit. It's unbelievable. If only America and Canada and Europe worked this way, it would be a lot simpler. But look at it this way, my friend. If you did the flip today, you locked in your number. And if the shares want to drop another $1 or $2 on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, do you care? You'll flip them again. So, you can't lose. You got a gain, you got a capital loss that you want to grab. You can grab it right now. You get another one next week sometime. You grab it. A week after that, it goes lower. You grab it. I don't know. The stock could go to $27 by the end of next week. We know how this thing works or doesn't work. It has a mind of its own sometimes. It has an incredible following. And all I can tell you is take advantage of what's in front of you. And if it's something you could utilize and it works for you, beautiful. Your calls have dropped again today rather nicely. Been a good week. And you've got gains coming there versus losses here. However you want to stick handle this. I'm going to leave it to you, my friend, because I'm not the tax expert. I'm just a guy over here talking about a whole bunch of topics, but I can't get into taxes in a deep way because I'm not qualified. We're down 200 on the Dow, by the way. We've sunk quickly in the last 20 minutes. Have you folks noticed? 2268 on GameStop. It's sinking fast. ATIP 32.7 now, holding a 1.3 cent gain. Tesla's still at 179, but it's down from its highs. SoFi down 6.5. Apple is up only 34 cents and falling. We've got HBQ down 16 cents going into the red here. Amazon down 115. HD, Home Depot down 294. Cisco down 46. Netflix only up $10 now at 321. The high of the day, 329. We're at 320.94. Is that right? We're down about $10 from the high. Pfizer, Only up a penny. IBM is negative 40. Microsoft down 96. Vanik Vectors 110. Adobe down 152. Goldman only up 132. Google down 46. Boeing down 95. So stocks are turning negative right now, quickly. Who wants to be long over the weekend? So always be writing. Don't be guessing what the stock is going to do. Spicy, only poor man cover calls now. Brian, Spicy, I might need to invest in that poor man cover call class. Sounds like you know what's going on. I started with 300 shares. That's what I started with, 300 shares. Larry, hi, everybody. I'm number 84. Thank you for these thumbs ups. It's a very good class, says Spicy. The old surfer. Good day, everybody. I'm 89. Beach Boy, Brian, and Nick. Nice move of the Rocket Lab. Now you have covered calls. Ho, ho, ho. Brian, Spicy, if you want to sell your long call because the stock went up, can you only do this if you buy back your cover call that you sold on that long call? You can only have so many calls written against so many calls you got. So if you've got 4 poor man covered calls, you can't write more than 4 calls against it. You can write 1 call for January, 1 for February, 1 for March, 1 for April, but there's only 4 calls you can have short if you're long 4 or 7 or 10, whatever. Nick, Beach Boy, somewhat related. My ugly Die Hard Christmas came in the mail. Ho, 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 ugly. Nick, it's beautiful, but I needed an ugly sweater for an office party. Right on. Untamed Viking. I just rolled 10 GameStop Jan 2025s to February 17, 2375, bringing in $1,200. I bought another Jan 24 10 for 14 and wrote a January 27 of 24, bringing in another 300s. And I'm just watching my account snowball higher. Beach Boy, remember to make the fist with your feet now. And Nick is laughing. Alberto, just saying hi to Beach Boy from earlier today. Thank you, Alberto, for that donation. Kent, Uncle Bruce, buy back my March 27s for 330, then write March 23s for 468. You know my tolerance, not sure, maybe 25s for 390. Just don't think about it. Just do it. Just get on with it. Do it. Get on. Get in there. DQ Alberto just saying hi. Laughing out loud. What else? Beach Boy, about time, Alberto. I was wondering where you went, you know. JJ, I'm eyeing the GameStop, the January 19, 2024, 1125 calls. If they're on that 90-10 rule, great. Otherwise, go out to January 2025 $10 calls. Go out as far as you can get in time. He is high on strikes. DQ, says Beach Boy. Alberto, I'm not sure what's going on here. DQ, not just strikes. Okay, careful, Alberto. Didn't drop that mirror. No. What else we got going on here? I've got a stink bid. Expect volatility tomorrow. Triple witching. Well, tomorrow's Saturday, you know. Whatever. Next week, obviously. DQ JJ tomorrow. You know, it's Friday today, right? Checking into my hotel and trading. Uncle, you're the freaking goat, buddy. Brian, markets crashing a bit. JJ laughing out. Next week, my bad. DQ, you should be checking into Nick's hotel, Alberto. That's where you should be going right now. We're down 291 on the Dow. We're down 26 on S&P. NASDAQ down 67. The Dow's down 0.87%. We got 7 minutes to go. We got S&P down 0.67 and the NASDAQ only down 0.61. Oil up 1 nickel right now. Untamed Viking. I figure I need 10 GameStop poor man cover calls to quit my job safely. I'm sitting at 13. I only need 1,400 to live comfortably now. I'm just going into exponential growth here. Rolo 88. All right, I did it. I wrote 3 February 17th, 2375 calls for 350 each. Way to go. Alberto, I'm in Connecticut. Is his a Hilton by chance? Not exactly. BW. Algebras, I'm looking over the option chain. December 9th, GameStop options. They expire today. A few, what are we talking about? A few $10 calls are slightly out of the money from 2020, but the OI for the 2020 country. Okay, I don't understand what's going on here. Something is not working. I need dollar signs when you're talking dollars. I don't quite get this. Okay, okay, I would for sure, says Alberto. Chris Savage, all you lurkers, the strategies Uncle Bruce and Bagel Gang talk about here can be used on any stock. Don't feel it's only about GameStop and our SPACs. I bought 100 Riot for 440 6 months ago, and I've made $4 back. Nick is saying we got a little Friday yoink going on here. The rug man is at work here. That isn't just an example of using the same strategy with a stock I like. My cost basis for Riot being 440 and having made 4 in 6 months, already almost paid for the stock. You can do this. Brian, my March 2023 $28 strike buyback hit for $291. I made 50%. Now try and write again. You got 6 minutes. Get in there. Beach Boy. Nick, watch that rug. Credit Savage, where are we at now? 2265 on GameStop. We're down 277 on the Dow. The low of 2261 on the GameStop, we're at 2264. All right. Let's see. Credit Savage. It all starts with class number 1. There's no magic to this. You're going to have to do the work and spend the time learning this as well as putting into practice, but I can guarantee you will make money. Kent did it. Got it done. All right, Bama Babe. I feel like I just hit the slot machine in the last 5 minutes of trading. Beach Boy Kent did what? What are you confessing to now? Have you consulted your attorney? Christina, on my wife's account, I play it more safe. I took y'all's advice and sold 9 $23 strike March calls for $4.44. There's some money coming in there. Nick, Uncle Bruce, my prediction coming true finally on U.S. Steel. It's finally coming down. It's sitting up $25.44, down 67 cents. It's about time for Nick to get a score on that one. Way to go, pal. Keep it going. All right, 278 is the dip on the Dow. We have 4 minutes to go. GameStop is 2263 now. The low of the day, 2261. All right, that's where we're at. Bruce, BW, I was trying to say the open interest on the $22 strike put that expires today has 20,000 contracts. Would they try to push it to $21.99 to put them in the money? Don't think so. No, I don't. I doubt it. No. Spicy. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great weekend. I'll have a cold one for you all. Right on, Spicy. BW, I cannot find my readers. I'm sorry if my messages have errors. It's okay, buddy. It's all right. Nick, my average on it, 25.04 is the U.S. Steel average, and he's sitting now at 25.44, 40 cents away. And he is at the point where he's going to start making money. I don't know if he'll have enough of a drop in 3 minutes today, but it's setting the table. Kent, Beach Boy, she's laughing. Beach Boy, Spicy, I hear you. A cold one waiting for me with Larry's Bells soon enough. 3 minutes to go, everybody. GameStop at 2262, down 218, giving back virtually all the gain from Friday. ATIP holding at 32.7 cents, up 1.3 cents today. Tesla 179.10, up 566. SoFi 433, down 7. The Apple shares down 45 cents. HPQ down 24. Amazon $1.25 lower. HD, Home Depot down 3.88. Cisco down 53. Netflix only up 9.85 instead of about $15, $17. Pfizer down 7, IBM down 68, Microsoft down 203, Vanik down 176, Adobe down $2, Goldman up 122, Google down 89 cents, Boeing only up 47 cents, giving up gains. Moderna down 728 to 177. Meta Platforms only up 56 cents at 115.90, slipping. ME down a penny, Rocket Lab up 2.5, Matterport down 8.5, SmartRent down 9, Spire down 2.5, Cyxtera up 6. Royal Caribbean up 85. And what else we got going on here? Target down 199. Costco holding a $2 gain, believe it or not, but it's losing ground. There you go. That's it. We're coming into the final minute here or two. We're down 312 on the Dow. Further dip on the Dow now, 312 points, 29 on S&P, NASDAQ down 78. The Dow is the loser at the moment, down 0.90 of a percentage point. Okay. Can't find my readers. Oh my gosh. Nick, my average on it, 25.04. Let's see. I'm short 92,000 on X, average 25.04. Bring it down, baby. Bring it down for Nick. We got it now sitting at 25.43, down 68 cents and slipping a little more. 1 last minute to go, and we're done here for the week, and all these options expire 2264, 2261, which is the low of the day on GameStop right now. That's where we're at with the last minute coming through. Congratulations, all of you out there as option writers, taking money off the table and daring the stock to give you trouble. It doesn't give you trouble. It goes higher, you get richer. It goes lower, you get richer. Spare, have a great weekend, y'all. Only 3 working weeks to go before the year is closed. And don't you know it? Don't I know it? Absolutely, Spare. We're coming into the final 20 days of the month and the year. What a year it's been. Thank you all so much for joining in today. Appreciate it very much. 2263 to 65 on GameStop, 32.7 on ATIP, holding a 1.3 cent gain. We'll see if that lasts or if there's a computer seller at the end. I don't know. Thank you all. And here we go. The time has come, and we should be hitting the bells right now. I don't know if Larry's around or not. There he is. That's it. There it is. He's here. Giddy up, baby. Thank you, my friend. That's it, he says. Brian, trying to sell a March 2023 strike 23 for 445 probably won't hit, but I'm giving it a try. There you go. March 23 strike. Giddy up, buddy. Long live Larry, says Beach Boy. Caberti, have a great weekend, everybody. Right on all. Richard Carlin, neat, is what he's saying. The thumbs ups meter today, 101. We just scraped 100 thumbs ups here. Thank you all so much for getting me over that hump. I appreciate it. Every day we seem to be able to do it. Cheers and have a great weekend, everyone. Michael, Larry's bells are perfectly smooth and polished. With the 305 final drop on the Dow Jones, that's the low of the day. I think we hit the low at the end here. Can't wait for the market open tomorrow, says DQ. Larry's got big bells. Brian didn't hit. We'll try to sell again on Monday. Have a good weekend, everybody. Yeah, Brian, what we'll do is you'll wait, and we'll just see how the market opens on Monday first. And if you get a bit of a pop, you might get a little more. And see how how everything kind of goes through. So don't be in a hurry to pre-enter a trade. Just wait it out. All righty, thank you all. John Gill, thumbs ups. Richard Carlin, bells. Alberto, take care. I'll see you all next week. Tio, you have changed so many lives. Forever grateful. You betcha, Alberto. Great seeing you, pal. Have a great weekend yourself. We'll catch you Monday. We'll try to get everybody richer around here. Richard Carlin smiling. I've not heard back from Zed Estate. I was hoping Zed Estate would get a hold of me and let me know, would he be joining me this weekend? There was, he seemed to indicate he wanted to be part of a one-on-one, but I don't know if that's actually happening here. Well, we'll see what's going on. If Zed is not going to be here this weekend, then Beach Boy, you have your choice. You can either have the 10 o'clock Eastern or the 2 o'clock Eastern time. Let me know which one you want, Beach Boy, and we'll block you in there and leave the one other slot open for anybody else. And we'll kind of play it by ear, see what's going on. Okay, thank you. Let's see here. Beach Boy, Michael, they are Swiss made, a personal gift from Uncle Bruce Weil and Zermatt, you know. Larry's bells. Oh, I see. Larry, I cleaned out the crud of them. I clean the crud out of them every night. Christina, I didn't write again. I have 22 next week to find a home. There you go. Spur, I will go on with watching The Last Man on Earth on Disney. That's very laughable and a good, well-produced. Michael H. laughing out loud. Constantine, have a great weekend, everybody. Christina, if he prepaid, he said, I can't, and he said, I can't take it. If he prepaid, he said, I can't take it. I don't know what that means. Laughing out loud, Christina. Brian, that was a fun week. GameStop is the stonk roller coaster ride. Woohoo! Yes, Ken. Have a great weekend. Hope it doesn't rain on Sunday. Sucks going to a golf tournament in the rain. Alberto laughing. Beach Boy, thank you, Uncle Bruce and GameStop for a nice bearish week. Indeed, it has been a most interesting bit of slippage this week on good old GameStop. And a whole bunch of option writers are sitting pretty good right now. We'll be watching Monday how it progresses, and we'll just take it from there, everybody. Thank you all. so much. DQ, go Rugman. There you are. HBQ down 26 cents to 28.22. So HBQ contracts are under pressure. Apple 142.16 down 49. We're not going anywhere. We've got the Cisco down 53 cents. Pfizer down 8. IBM down 70. Microsoft down 198. We have no pressure on some of these contracts here to worry about. Rollovers have done really well for people. Let's see what's going on. FX is saying only 100 thumbs ups. All this money everybody's making, and he's only got 100 thumbs ups. Like, geez, what does it take to get this guy 100 thumbs up? I do what I can. Beach Boy, do your quoting. Do your quoting anti-gen now. Do your quoting. I don't know what that means. DQ, I'm singing JR's and Pulse's song right now. From the video, yeah. You bet. All right, guys. Thank you all for another fun week. So glad to be down here. I'll tell you, Jen and I are just really happy to be here. Good old Palm Desert. Have yourselves a great weekend wherever you are. If you are seeing any relatives and friends, give them an extra long hug this week. This weekend, you never know the next time you'll ever see them again. You never know with life. It brings strange, twisting turns of events. Thank you all for the donations you made this week. Thank you for these new memberships you guys have taken on. Subscribers to this channel, thank you. Thumbs ups, you guys with the thumbs ups, and on rerun too. Thank you very, very much for helping out the channel. We appreciate you. We'll be here Monday morning. Have a great weekend, says Mama Babe. I couldn't agree with this anymore. Have a great week. Stay healthy and stay happy. And let's get together on Monday and see if we can get you guys a little richer and take some more money off the table. I'll be buying something big next week after my profits on the U.S. Steel. Will it be SoFi, Spire, Rocket Lab, ATIP? Who knows? Beach Boy, Bama Babe is here, so everything is okay. Larry, I have lost 2 family members this year. We all give each other extra hugs now because you never know. That's right. Until it happens, you don't believe it. And after it happens, it's too late. Isn't that something? Larry, thank you, pal, for being here as always. DQ Bama Babe is here for the open bar. Splair, thanks from me again as well. A relaxed weekend for everybody. Way to go, Splair. Way to get better and better at what you're doing out there. You're getting to become a better option writer every week. It shows. Keep up the good work, everybody. Let's get you richer next week. And I look forward to seeing you then. Bama Babe, DQ, did you say libation? BW, happy Festivus for the rest of us. That's it. All right, kids, be well, be safe, and let's have some more fun next week. Okay, guys, this is your buddy, Uncle Bruce from Palm Desert. We had 5 million on GameStop, by the way, just half the volume yesterday. DQ, it did with 2 eyes. Brian, bam! All right, guys, talk to you next week. Okay, all the best, everybody. Thanks, Lair. See you guys later. Bye for now.